know, I have quite a hoarse voice. But anyway, good evening. Magandang gabi sa inyong lahat. Of course, welcome to the Philippine Center. Of course, I'd like to acknowledge our co-host, the Philippine Press Club of New York, headed by its president, Ricky Rivera, here. As well as our panel of speakers. From my right, Ms. Loida Nicolas Lewis, Mr. Jason Temple, Mr. Matthew Alonso Sana, and Representative Jeffrey Coleman. But anyway, I'd like to thank, of course, the Philippine Press Club for being the consulate's partner in public diplomacy as well as for co-hosting this event. We hope that this forum tonight will raise awareness on our political power as a community and put our advocacies into action. As you all know, 2016 is really an important year in politics and civic engagement for Filipino Americans. We have just elected a new Philippine president last May with more than 10,000 overseas voters in the U.S. Northeast, right here in the jurisdiction of the Philippine Consulate General, exercising the right to suffrage. In November, your votes will help decide the next U.S. Chief Executive. Well, maybe many of you know this, but the Asian American vote is becoming an increasingly important sector of the U.S. electorate. As of 2015, there are 5.9 million Asian American registered voters, and more have been added to that with the aggressive campaign from the ethnic communities to increase voter registration. It's also worth noting that during the 2012 U.S. presidential elections, Filipino Americans ranked 6th in turnout among Asian Americans by ethnicity, gender, and location. Well, of course, there were 5 others who at least topped us. I'm talking about the Hmong, the Japanese, the Indians, the Vietnamese, and the Koreans. And I also like to underscore that Filipino Americans were instrumental in delivering electoral victory for President Barack Obama in 2008 and 2012. 58% of Filipino American voters helped elect President Obama in 2008, while 62% voted for his re-election in 2012. You know, with many policy issues affecting us as an immigrant community in the United States, and of course, we have really many issues: immigration reform, healthcare, education, security and anti-terrorism, veterans' righs, international trade, and employment. We need more than ever for our voice to reflect our advocacies and give our vote to who can champion our causes. Again, I'd like to thank the guest speakers from both the Democratic and Republican parties for coming tonight to enlighten the community on where each candidate stands on issues important to our community and home country. Filipino American voters should take this opportunity to educate themselves and consider all arguments presented tonight to make an informed decision. I've always stood by the belief that an informed community is an empowered community. As Franklin Delano Roosevelt has said, democracy cannot succeed unless those who express their choice are prepared to choose wisely. The real safeguard of democracy, therefore, is education. Close quote. So with those words, I'd like to thank you again and good evening. Salamat po.